and good night. Hark, ye wanderers of the blockchain, ye degens of the crypto realms, gather round this shadowed hearth. For I, Juxta the Poser, chronicler for the Book of Rugs, doth weave a tale most dire. In this, our second rug report, we will scribe the treacheries of the crypto Wild West. Tonight, we speak of DOTC platform, its NFTs, and 2 DOTC tokens. With its many twists and turns, the devious actions of a destructive developer, and its subsequent plunder and downfall. Although care has been taken in researching the events described in this report through various eyewitness accounts, history on socials, and blockchain investigation, errors or omissions may exist. All my findings will be available through socials, stored on fileverse.io. All USD prices quoted are derived from their price at the time of the transaction. All times given are in 24-hour time in the UTC time zone. Having said that, strap in and let us turn the page. The first record of DOTC and its growing excitement upon X was on the 28th day of June in the year 2025, with words from Ian Cawrey and Shane Burkett. Reception seemed quiet, with most reply given by the company and those few first followers. The contract for NFT was cast by the deployer's wallet upon the 3rd day of July, and talk of a sale began the 7th day. These non-fungible tokens were said to grant a ranking of favor, such as varying allocations to the DOTC presale, trading at a lesser fee on the future platform, and rewards for staking, and 2-fold bars of true gold weighing 1 gram of 24 karat. Yet, these NFT tokens did not give the allocations themselves. Those must be bought later, and not together. The first gathering in Spaces was held by Ian upon the 16th day of July, where Satoshi Kusama, said to be the founder of Shibarium, joined and spoke of Shibarium, the worth of fellowship, and those who keep building for the realm, like DOTC and Ian. Ian claimed he and Satoshi had long trusted one another. Ian also said the gold would bear the mark of Shiba Inu. Upon the 17th day of July, at 11:58 hours, 25 of these NFTs were minted to the developer's purse, which I call Dev1, held perhaps by Ian or a shadowy coder known only as Sir Topleft, or by both. All were of gold, silver, and bronze degree, and none were legendary. 17 tokens were sent to other purses soon after, some to folk not known to the project, and their rewards were left unclaimed, though most found their way to those within, like Steve, Ben, Scotty, Dog, Lewis, Rika, and Harry Has. Some among these had followed Ian from Soulforge AI. a former venture of Ian's, which he left behind, and were promised a share of DOTC as remedy for what was lost aforetime on SoulForge. Yet many found their share wanting, and confusion arose among the team as to how much was meant for SoulForge's investors and how much for wages. The line did fade between those seeking their lost fortune and those who were paid for their labour in DOTC. Both circles seemed much the same. The NFTs themselves did not grant the allocations, for they were still yet to be purchased, and hope for fortune's random favour. Upon the 18th day of July, a count was set for the minting of NFTs, with claims that this project is strongly backed by Satoshi Kusama and packed with top-tier collaborations, and Satoshi himself was marked in the message. At 20:29 hours, the first open mint for NFTs did begin, for 0.045 Ether, or $160 each. The minting continued for weeks, with some sales taken by purses linked to Ian, as if snatched up. Free minting for those on the whitelist occurred for 30 hours before the public sale, and happened again after, for reasons unclear. On the 5th day of August, the price to mint rose from 0.045 Ether to 0.06, up from $160 to near $200. The DOTC pre-sale was ended on the 22nd day of August, with 39.9 Ether amassed, $192,000 at that time, and sent to the deployer's purse. But an hour before, the deployer's purse sent 3 Ether, $14,500. To a purse Ian himself did admit as his own, which I name Ian too. Was this a warning, or idle circumstance? 2 days onward, upon the 24th of August, 0.6 Ether, near $2,860, was sent to a purse I call Secret 10. Maybe this was for the work, or for spreading word. The sale of NFT tokens alone brought 16.7 Ether, much of which was taken away by end of August and sent to many purses, either tied to Ian himself for a wage, or to those with special access, whom I've been unable to identify. I am told he took all the coin from the sale by some in the team. 1 week later, on the 29th day of August, the first DOTC token was set upon Ethereum with 26 Ether and 164.3 million DOTC tokens, which equates to a mere 16.4% of supply. The trading began. The pre-sale earned 39.9 Ether, but just 26 entered the pool. Costs for making and telling of the project? Ian told me, quote, "Running a project can be very expensive. To build that platform is a lot of money. Over 100k. People pay 200k for Solidity just to build cross-chain contracts." End quote. Three weeks after the funds were raised, the DOTC platform was revealed on the 15th day of September at deotc.io, built by the shadowy coder Sir Topleft, who had worked with Ian 6 years, but known only by Telegram. The platform welcomed Ethereum, Base, Shibarium, Binance Smart Chain, with Avalanche joining soon after. Ian and his company joined talks to praise the launch. The picture shows a purse I mark as Dev1 connected to the site. The platform seemed to work well, and partner projects were welcomed. Many shitcoins offered their tokens for sale. Book of Rugs, our own, was invited, but we did not have time to explore. We had also seen the state of the DOC token and were left wondering. Trouble began. One claimed, quote, "The team wanted to use the money raised for the project for buybacks and marketing. Ian's main concern was to pay for the main dev, Sir Topleft, although they agreed to use some for marketing, but it was peanuts. We had a plan for buybacks, but it never happened. Then liquidity drain and a relaunch. I noticed that some money disappeared in between here. Not exactly 100% was put back after relaunch. He got himself new teeth. It might or might not have something to do with the missing money. We had the relaunch, and after some time, the devs started to act weird. They didn't want to be in the team chat almost at all anymore." End quote. When the funds for the first DOTC token were pulled, upon the 25th day of September, Ian said, quote, "The chart didn't look good and wasn't going anywhere. And, quote, team members were selling it. But when careful eyes looked closer, quote, in reality, when wallets were tracked, he and a couple team members sold." End quote. I call these insider or secret wallets. Our own Book of Rugs search seems to agree. The two legendary NFT gold bars were handled poorly. One was to bear the Shiba Inu mark, but one had a strange logo. The second at last did bear the right mark. Promises of staking rewards, lesser fees, and gifts never came true. Ian himself agreed to these words in July, but by September he asked, "Who did this? This is wrong and it was never approved." He later admitted, when pressed about these and other matters, that sometimes he erred because of feeling sleepy from his medicines. Some who invested and those from Soulforge grew louder in their calls for truth, but were ignored, named as sowers of fear and shunned. One leader, AI Alpha Wolf, aka Wally, quit the group and warned his followers to do the same, but was called to return. Ian was pressed by others to fulfill the 10% airdrop after holding for 4 weeks, which he kept promising but never gave. Some in the company grew uneasy, seeking to leave quietly, but because of our hodl culture and for fear of being called fudsters, many never found a way to sell or recover their initial investment. A month has passed since the platform and token fell, and I have spent many hours seeking answers. At first, I watched just the fall itself, but as I searched further, I saw more strange dealings. Much shifting of NFTs, Ether, and DOTC tokens between purses, like a web meant to hide the truth. It took much time to sort out. So, what are we looking at here? Roughly speaking, inflows come in from the top and go out down the bottom. Team wallets are generally on the right, and Ian's wallet's deployer and Ian too were identified to me by Ian himself in DMs, mostly central and on the left. Not all suspicious transfers are shown here, however, but these were some of the biggest ones. Full details and evidence will be on Fileverse. The flow of coin from the deployers' purses, the coders, and Ian's known wallets showed coin moving out to Kraken, Coinbase, and Crypto.com. Some stayed upon the chains, untouched for now. If I must name the pattern, it seemed careless and opportunistic, yet meant to slowly take coin in small amounts to avoid notice. This was from the 12th day of August to the 12th day of November, but some strange transfers happened in July, just after public minting, and coin began to flow in. It seems clear that though some purses were not held by Ian, he may have held a few of the main purses where coin flowed out. So I'm uncertain we can place all the blame on one, for others played roles unseen. If not Ian or Sir Topleft, I called them secret or insider purses, for they received much token allotment, sold early for lack of faith, or had more wisdom, knowing this was but a short pump and dump. Maybe they were old friends, or former Soulforge folk given favour. Outflows from the deployer's purse to Kraken and Crypto.com should have been early signs, though Ian may have named them costs for building. There was a link to Ian's Crypto.com wallet used as a main path that I followed back to his other wallets, as he used this for large outflows. I counted 5 Ether and 5,070 USDT off-ramped between the 20th day of July and the 29th day of October, in 14 separate moves. Plans for buybacks never came to pass, though promised often. The NFT sale raised 39.9 Ether in the pre-sale, yet only 26 entered the pool at first launch, a gap of nearly 14 Ether or $79,000, a clear sign of trouble. Ian's sudden removal of the pool with little reason and relaunching the token was another warning. The difference in liquidity between first and second tokens was also troubling, with 19.24 Ether pulled from the first pool and the second beginning with only 12. Together, 21.24 Ether left the DOTC liquidity. Allocation of tokens raised alarms too, as nearly 80%, after a burn of 20 of the second token, was allocated to team members, insiders, and those who spread the word. Ian at last replied to my plea for comment upon the 7th day of November, tried to call me at once, but I slept. He tried to show proof of being blameless, but his answers simply brought more questions.
Right, so in my defence, I'm going in here to show you account 1, which is OX9C, which is the deployer wallet, right? This is the deployer wallet for the token, so let's have a look. This is on my side, so obviously there's other people got access to this wallet using my private keys. Activity from my side is, so this is what I did, like, confirm, 0, I didn't draw anything out, and it don't go any, Look, I'm trying to pull it any further down. It don't go any further down. That's it. From my side, what I did, confirmed the spending cap, I dispensed the tokens, and then sent, sent out the airdrop. Then I think I excluded contract from fees, which is the for the locks and stuff. So when I locked the liquidity, I had to exclude their contract from fees, and then I locked it. And then obviously everything happened. People started calling me out. So then what I did, I seen it tanking, everybody selling, the team selling. This is the deployer wallet from my side, bro. You can see everything here. I have not rugged nothing. This is all from mine, and you can't delete it. You can't. There's no more you can do. This is only the action that I have done on this platform on my side. The rest of the activity will be on their wallet. So this is mine. This is the proof. This is a deployer wallet. I didn't do shit. All I did is transfer the lock for the liquidity after everybody started taking funds and smashing it. I transferred. I set the admin wallet. Then I.
He claims this is all he did with the deployer's purse. But what of the story before? From another device, wallet or browser? He did control the platform, did he not? Here's what I've pieced together. The airdrop he named was giving to himself to a purse I call Ian 1A. The exclude from fees part means nothing to a lock. He set this to his own wallet so he could sell 163 million tokens without losing to the selling fee. The LP lock was already set, but he since moved it to his Dev1 wallet in these final trades. It is locked until the 16th day of October 2026 and is currently worth near $18,000. I am told Ian said in the coders chat that he and Sir Topleft were leaving the project, tired of the fudding fearmongers and questions from team and investors about marketing, buybacks and the path ahead. Ian said he and Topleft had been paid and would leave at once. He tried to hand the secret of the coder's purse to one of the team, the private key, but they did not know what to do with it. The team did not know how to run the platform. Now I've effed it for everyone. Over for good, he says. Dare I say, not much of a handover. The final blow was when the company saw Ian's wallet selling. It was the spark to the powder keg, and in the midst, the company held an urgent voice chat where Ian joined in, drunken or altered, calling his teammates ugly names, acting wild, and named Rika as the new leader. The company accused Ian of selling. Ian instead claimed they had been selling. The chain's proof shows what happened. The word spread, and here is what investors saw. A token breaking its support and valuing lower than at launch. Trust at its lowest, and knowing some of Ian's past, so began a race to the exits. Ian put the team in a hard place, then demanded the main chat be cleared of FUD, and, quote, when we refused, he deleted every chat room associated with DOTC and took the rest of the money. In the turmoil, those left agreed to move as much ether earned from the fees as possible to keep Ian from claiming it. The proof suggests last payments were made in hope of recovering something for their work and time. Some slept through it all, waking to find the platform gone and their tokens worth little. The project still had somewhat of a team, but the leader and the coder had left, taking most of the coin and leaving naught but ashes and no guidance. A few days later, Ian removed the platform, saying the company would CTO it and copy the source code. He handed over the private key to the deployer wallet, but did not show the team how to run the platform or repair or upgrade it. Yet, most partner projects that had put up tokens on the platform were warned by Shane Burkett and others and managed to reclaim them. Ian has before been part of or run ventures like Mars Swap and more recently Sol4j AI. Both collapsed, and those who had put coin into these both claim he left or failed in his promises, but I have not searched too deeply into these, only mentioned them for context. He said to me that Mars Swap was ruined by insiders. Does that sound familiar to anyone? Now he seems to go from project to project, leading and gathering behind him a throng of hopefuls and teammates with ever greater promises. Each time it all falls, and it is never his fault. If he is truly rich and owns a, quote, brand new Benz and RS, and seeks not coin, then for what? Fame, power, honour, to please others? He claims he never wanted to launch a token, and that the team wanted to make a quick buck, and that he lost coin in development. So without public raising of funds, how did he plan to pay for the marketing and the building and the development? Out of his own purse, I suppose. In a recent bizarre turn of events, 3 tokens have been launched on Binance Smart Chain since the collapse of DOTC, and each of these have rugged within an hour of launch. I found them as they were shown inside a Telegram group linked from a DOTC account upon TikTok. Ian claims it is an alternate account of a Kick streamer named Bevo, but that he somehow has access. He removed the link to Telegram and made the profile picture a red candle. Of our Book of Rugs chart, and he now claims that we are the ruggers, and he will arrange an audit by his friends at Certic. What a generous chap, looking out for us like that. Why, thank you for the offer to help us build an AI app, and for offering to, quote, build our website better and maybe buy up a shit ton of supply. We know our chart is wrecked. Such is the fickle nature of degens in today's markets. Yet, we would rather have holders who truly believe in the cause and will do right. Thank you. If I knew better, I might think it was a bribe. But surely not. What can we learn from all of this? First, the token shares to insiders and the team appear much too large, as the project did not seem to hold that much. Or, at worst, it was reckless, for it left little supply for outside folk to raise the price for those who were given such tokens. It turns out many were not paid as promised, and if they were, nothing stopped them from selling, as there was no vesting schedule for a delayed release. This was made worse by 2 launches and a messy airdrop system. The steady flow of coin from the NFT contract and developers' purses to Ian's and others' wallets suggested those close to the project had no trouble paying themselves, while the rest of the team and investors were left to their own fate. It was found by Grok that reply upon the project's account was notably low for one with over 1,000 followers. I suspect most were bots. There was some effort to tell the world with flashy videos and imagery, but in these markets it seemed to have little effect. I feel sad for those in the team who had trusted Ian and Topleft, some of whom had followed from past ventures and hoped to regain what was lost. Many worked for little reward and spent many sleepless nights dreaming to build something true for our own crypto world. In the end, Ian may have entered with good intent, as many believed, but seemed to drain the coin, thinking he earned a wage for his toil. Mayhap he was led by the coder to claim what was owed. His drunken actions showed a rash nature, his bold manner and choices perhaps brought on by his impaired mental state, making him seem selfish and above others. Some think he has a trouble with drink or drugs, and if true, I hope he finds help. I am myself recovered from such a malady of my youth. To spend so much time and effort building, only to see it all destroyed as the coders, insiders, team and investors all rush to leave, is a sad story, where few leave with much coin and even fewer with trust. Worse yet is lost faith in a system they hoped would bring them financial freedom. Yet some still feel pity for Ian, and I do in my own way, thinking he is a lost soul, who wished to do right perhaps, but fell under the strain. I believe we all can grow and learn, that none truly mean harm, and we'll do what we think is best with what we know at the time. Some have moved on, just another day in crypto. Some have left our industry and may never return. Shane Burke at first warned us, but he took it hard. Others spoke kindly for him in his absence, and those who survived gathered together for some comfort. Some of you may feel the effects for many days to come. Guilt, shame, rage are all normal responses. Thank you to all who spoke and helped me piece this tale together. Book of Rugs stands with you, and with your aid we may yet clean up our industry. Please think of helping us. We are new, and seek more watchful folk who care for this world and its people. It is only with your help that this work can go on. Spread the word. Call out those who hide in shadow. Deprive them of your coin. And always, always do your own research. We can help with that. We have several resources for the DGen. If you find this study useful, wise, or even amusing, please think of helping Book of Rugs as you can. We need your eyes, your ears, and your analysis. Our token is Book of Rugs on the base chain. Links to our home and socials are below. Till next time, all the best, and take care of each other.